Okay, I am a man on a mountain bike with a double chin, and today I am going to talk about how I schedule weddings. And scheduling weddings are, for me, a foundational piece of photographing a wedding and of giving clients an excellent experience on the day of their wedding. For me, that's what everything boils down to, because the experience you give your clients absolutely shows up in their photos. If they have a great time on their wedding day, you're going to see that in the images and in the video. And when I started my business, I honestly knew nothing about photography. So I relied really heavily upon the experience that I gave my clients to be the driving factor for success, because I didn't know how I was going to beat Uncle Bob when he had a nicer camera than me. And fortunately for me, it worked out. But the scheduling piece is huge to me. So it's something I do with clients in their initial meetings, if it feels appropriate, like in the lead meeting before they're an actual client of mine. And it's a way to give them value right off the bat, because they usually don't know what they're getting themselves into with planning a wedding. It's a bit overwhelming. So I can say, hey, here's what scheduling a wedding day with me looks like, just so that you have some idea of the timing. And I email that to them on really nicely branded templates, and you can download my templates. If you go to brianruppphotography.com/schedule, it'll download my exact templates from that website, and you can take those and see what I'm talking about in this video in PDF form and what it looks like. So before you start scheduling a wedding, the biggest piece of information you need to find out is, are you planning on, so you asked the couple this, are you guys planning on seeing each other before the ceremony? If so, do you want to do all of the quote-unquote formal photos? I say quote-unquote because I don't do that formal of photos necessarily, but I still do the group shots that everybody wants. I just do them casually. So 95% of my couples do things this way, where they see each other before the ceremony. They do all of the formal photos before the ceremony. That includes family photos, wedding party photos, and the couples photos. And that's the way I recommend doing things. And the reason is because a wedding day is so special, because you have everyone you love in one place. And that's like the best thing in the world, and something that doesn't really happen very often at all. I mean, the only other time I can even think of when everyone you love is together in one place is at your funeral, and I don't even know if you really get to be there for that. So all that to say, it's an amazing and important day. So it needs to be handled as such by wedding vendors. So the way that I schedule, so like I said, most of my couples see each other before the ceremony and do the formal photos before the ceremony. And so the way I schedule that out is this: I start with the ceremony time, so say 5:00 p.m. So for half an hour before the ceremony is a pre-ceremony break. And this, what I'm telling you, is exactly what I tell clients, like word for word. I'm usually not on a mountain bike though, but I wish I was. So I say, 30 minutes for the pre-ceremony break, and this isn't a break time for me. This is a break for you guys, and a chance to just not be taking photos, take a breath, be hidden away and rest before the ceremony. And then for me, it's a great time for candid photos, because guests are arriving and the energy is great during that time, because people are stoked. They're like hugging each other and stuff. And it makes for great candid photos. So my work, if you've seen my work, it's really candid, and my hope is that it's really emotional. It is to me. And that when couples look at their photos, they can feel what it was like to be at their wedding day. So this pre-ceremony break time, this 30 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes or an hour, but my baseline is 30, is a great time for getting those photos. So Then before that is family photos. And I do family photos last in the day because I want to give the family a great experience, and I don't want them to show up super early on the wedding day and have to wait around. And oftentimes at weddings they're out in the sun and stuff, so waiting around is hard, or they've got little kids who are like destroying their clothes with every passing minute. So that's how I set things up. Hey, just passed a runner. He probably thinks I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. Understandable. So 30 minutes for the family photos is typical. Depends on how many family photos they have and want to do. So the other big planning piece for me, other than the schedule, is the shot list. And if you go to that website, brianruppphotography.com/schedule, when you download the schedule templates, it'll also give you my shot list template, which is what I send to couples for working up a shot list. So for family photos, though, like I said, I typically schedule 30 minutes, but I usually have them done in only 20 minutes. So, okay, I'm starting to go downhill now. Let me flip my camera around. Because downhill's the best part. But I'm going to try not to go too fast so you can still hear the audio. And please send me a DM if this makes you seasick or if it makes you throw up. So before the family photos, I schedule the wedding party photos, and I schedule those for 45 minutes for a normal size wedding party. Thank you guys. Excuse me. Thank you. Have a good hike. Yeah, thank you. And so I schedule 45 minutes for the wedding party photos, which is more than I need again, but in my schedules I build in a buffer time so that there is space for things to not go exactly as planned, because they never do. So 45 minutes for the wedding party photos, and then before the wedding party photos, I do the couples photos, and I schedule 45 minutes for those, and then 15 minutes for the first look. So it's an hour total for couples photos. Now it's super common for getting ready to run late, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes is really common. And so working into that time is the buffer in each of those times that I told you. So there's space, and I let people know that they don't need to worry if something runs over schedule, because I know how weddings go and I plan things out accordingly. So then before the couples photos, I schedule 30 minutes for getting ready photos with each partner in the couple. So if I have a second photographer, then we both do getting ready photos at the same time in 2 locations. If it's just me, I can only be in one place at a time. So I just do 30 minutes with each partner before starting the other photos. So with that schedule and people seeing each other before the ceremony, there's no photos to do after the ceremony. So once all that is done, the couple is just free. So the ceremony finishes, they just go to the cocktail hour, they're stoked, they're hugging, smiling, stuff like that. And it's awesome. The only other thing I schedule is sunset photos. And I schedule those for 15 minutes when the sun's setting. And I look up the sunset. How's it going, man? Thank you. And I schedule it around when I see the sunset time online. I use the sunset calculator, sunrisesunset.com/Idaho or Oregon, whatever state you're in. And then when I arrive on the day of, I look at the exact sunset time using the Sunseeker app on my phone. And it shows you, like, looking through your phone's camera, exactly when the sun will go behind whatever is on the horizon. So, and that matters because the sunset time online isn't exact to your location. Even if it's the right city, there might be a building or a hill in the way or something like that. So that's a schedule with a first look. And like I said, brianruppphotography.com/schedule. You can download my exact PDF templates that I use with my branding. So you can put your own branding. I wouldn't send them to your client to sign on it. Now, if the couple doesn't want to see each other before the ceremony, then that's different. So I still have the same approach, still want to give them a great experience. Here's a little gun. Here's another one. Gosh, that's good. So I still have the same approach. I still want to give them a great experience at the core of everything. And reminder that my why, which is telling honest stories, so just taking authentic, true photographs, goes into every way that I'm planning this. And that's why it matters to know your why. So, but sorry, that's a dump truck going by. So if a couple doesn't want to see each other before the ceremony, which happens way less frequently, like I said, but it still happens, then I still try to get everything I can done before the ceremony, but I only do each half of the wedding party, because you can do the individual halves of the family, but you're still gonna have to do them after the ceremony with both members of the couple anyways, and it only takes 30 seconds longer to add one partner into the same shot you're already doing, if that makes sense. So I don't recommend doing halves of the family photos before the ceremony to people because of that. But I do wedding party photos. So if I'm scheduling for without seeing each other before the ceremony, I do the same thing. Start with the ceremony, say 5 o'clock p.m., 30 minutes for pre-ceremony break. That's all the same. Then for wedding party photos, I split the wedding party up into two halves and do the first partner with their side of the wedding party, schedule 30 minutes for that, and then the next partner with their side of the wedding party. And I schedule 30 minutes for that. So pre-ceremony breaks half an hour total for each side, or an hour total to do both sides of the wedding party. And then the same as far as getting ready. So half an hour with each partner in the couple. So if I have a second photographer, typically the second photographer will stay with the other partner in the couple while I take the first side of the wedding party out. So it gives some extra getting ready time to one of the clients, so which can be valuable sometimes. So, but where it gets different is after the ceremony. Sorry, I'm breathing hard. I really am mountain biking. After the ceremony is when you're gonna have to do the majority of the quote-unquote formal photos. So the way that I feel about that is you only have a max of an hour and 15 minutes before the guests at the wedding start tracking your couple down and being like, hey, where are you guys? We came from Nova Scotia and we came to see you, and where are you guys? So I schedule 30 minutes for the family and wedding party, 45 minutes for the couple. And then typically I only take an hour. That's an hour and 15 minutes total. So the way that that's set up is right after the ceremony is the family photos and wedding party photos, and then next is the couple's photos. So, and that keeps the energy really good because the family can just be done immediately, go to the cocktail hour, which they're stoked about, and then I just take only the couple for that additional time. So the other thing with doing photos after the ceremony like that is I always make sure that before the ceremony I track down the parents of the couple and let them know, hey, here's where we're doing family photos right after the ceremony. So tell everyone in your family to meet us at that location immediately after the ceremony. And you also want to kind of rush the couple away to that location, because if they hang around and kind of linger, people start hugging them, which, don't get me wrong, I love hugging, but then a line starts forming, and before you know it, you're 20 minutes deep into a reception line that wasn't supposed to exist. So the key is to let the couple know, hey, right after the ceremony, you're gonna come with me and we're gonna go to this location and meet your family. And make it a location that obviously has good lighting, but that's also kind of far away from the ceremony location, so that people don't just accidentally bump into the couple. So then once the couple's photos, so you do the family photos, the wedding party photos, which the only shots you have left for the wedding party is just the big group together, unless the couple has any other specific things that they want. So, hi guys. Yeah, good. How are you guys? It's warm out.
Good day to do that.
Yeah, agreed. Have a nice hike. So then you get done with the couple, and then you just schedule sunset photos the same. So 15 minutes before the sunset, again, I use the Sunseeker app to figure out when the sun is gonna set. And I tell couples too, the sunset photos are super quick. It's the best lighting of the day. And this is absolutely true. I've seen this so many times, and I photographed over 400 weddings. So couples love the sunset photo time because you don't have that much time together on your wedding day. You're spending it with other people. So sunset photos are like this little reprieve where you get to go with your partner and have a few quiet minutes together with me there, just keeping things awkward for you. So, but I guess it's more intimate than being with 200 of your friends and family, even though you have this bozo there. So that's how I schedule weddings. I don't know how long that video was. If you have any questions, email me, Brian with a Y at brianruppphotography.com. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. Let me know what questions you have. Any way I can help out. And again, that website is brianruppphotography.com/schedule, where you can download my exact templates for schedule and shot list for both types of weddings. And then I didn't really talk a lot about the shot list, but that's another big planning piece. So I'm back at the top. Time to head downhill. So I'll switch the camera around.
Yeah.